Well, many Republicans, even some Democrats, outraged over the FBI's unannounced search of Mr. Trump's residence at Mar-a-Lago last night. Outside the property, supporters gathered to protest what many are calling a weaponization of Biden's federal agencies against their political opponents. So what's next following the raid? To discuss, we're joined by Democratic strategist Bill Caruso and Director of Press Communications for the Trump 2020 campaign, Erin, Perrine. Great to see you both. Bill, I'm going to start with you because we felt it was important to have somebody to left side of the aisle, if you will, to give us your take on what you think is going on here. Do you think this is an appropriate follow-up to an investigation, or do you think this may have crossed a line somewhere?
I don't know, and I don't think any of us do. I mean, there's all the experts on Twitter and social media about here, and some of my Democrat friends rejoicing, and then I've seen some of my conservative friends positing theories about what this is. We have no idea. We don't even know what this FBI is looking for right now, right? I've heard.
What about just the fact, Bill, just the fact that they're investigating a former president? I envision, go ahead.
No. Of the law. And so if there's a there, it should be investigated. And by the way, the American people are ultimately going to decide whether or not this was real or not. We just don't know. So no, I don't believe because it's a former president that he's hands off or she's hands off, if the case may be. I don't think that's the standard. I think the standard is, what are you looking for? And is this rightfully conducted? And then where does the evidence take you? That's what we should be worried about. And listen, if this leads us to issues around January 6th, or whether he absconded with classified data or whatever it may be, there's a question of, well, what happens, right? What is he prosecuted? Is he found guilty? But right now, the investigation, I'm fine with it. I don't have any concerns about it.
Even though they raided his personal residence.
Yes, because I'm assuming, and again, we got to be careful when you assume. And I did hear what the press secretary said, and I hope this isn't with undue political influence. But the Justice Department is separate. I think they have shown restraint. I think they've been getting hammered by the left for not moving quickly on what, I don't know. The FBI has conducted a raid to seek evidence, and we will find out what that is. This is the beginning, not the end.
Erin, your thoughts on this?
There are major concerns that this is politically motivated. Let's not forget this is the same Justice Department that wanted to target parents as terrorists for standing up at school board meetings. The big issue here is the lack of clarity from both the FBI and the Department of Justice when it comes to targeting and going after a former sitting president of the United States in an unprecedented fashion. The lack of clarity here is only going to exacerbate issues when it comes to both the left and the right in the United States wondering what the heck the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation are doing storming into Mar-a-Lago. Let's see the warrant. Let's see the facts, and let the facts lead where they may, absolutely. But in this case, the fact that they aren't saying anything about what's going on, and they will say, oh, we don't talk about active investigations, but the ability to see a warrant is not precluded from an active investigation, is what worries the American people right now, and it should. If they can do this to a former sitting president, they can do this to absolutely anybody in the United States. We've got 80,000 more IRS agents because of Democrats coming. If you think that this can't escalate quickly to all sorts of other fashions of things in the United States, that kind of rabbit hole is really where people get more and more concerned.
Yeah, great point there, Erin. Bill, do you feel that this is sort of the tip of the iceberg and then could lead to a kind of a disintegration, really, of the respect for this high office?
I think we're seeing that in our country, sadly, and I think it's the product of both sides of the aisle really continuing to chip away at whoever's in power. I actually do agree with Erin, though. I think the FBI and the Justice Department owe the American people some explanation of what's going on here to quell some of the fears and dispel some of the rumors. But I think that's going to come out. And I'd say this to you. I'm fearful of prosecutorial misconduct. I'm an attorney. I'm a politico. I've seen bad things happen, right? But I'm still a believer in the rule of law. I still believe in the institutions, and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for some period of time, but they do owe the American public some explanation of what's going on, provided it doesn't in any way hamper their investigation. But that should come out.
Does this affect any of the elections, Erin?
If we're talking about tonight, maybe it'll up voter enthusiasm to go out for day of Republican voters if you're looking in a state like Wisconsin. If you're talking about 2024, that's a forever away, so who knows at this point. But speaking to this evening and what could happen, especially when there are Trump-backed candidates and you do see Republicans tend to vote more in person on Election Day, this could push voter turnout up for some of these Republican primaries.
All right, Erin, Perrine and Bill Caruso looking great as always, always better than me, which makes me a little jealous, but I'll deal with it,
No
Bill.
way.
JP Morgan's CEO is warning that an economic hurricane is coming. Are you preparing? If you don't do anything, your 401k could be a 201k, and that is not good. So call our trusted friends at Lear Capital. For 25 years, Lear has helped investors own gold to protect against market chaos. It's a good thing. They can help you too. Get your information and up to $15,000 in bonus IRA gold. Just call this number, 800-880-4300. That's 800-880-4300.